Hey guys, today on Massive Monday I'm going to be telling you how to make a synth stab or pluck sound, and it's pretty common in a lot of trance or progressive house songs, and I have a little taste of what it sounds like within context of a track, and so here we go. Alright, so as I said, it's a pretty simple patch. What really makes it is the reverb and compressor that we'll add after we're done. So here, let's just go in and start up a new patch. I have this new one set up here that's a copy of the one that I set up. So we'll just go in here and we'll start going. So new sound. I have the MIDI loaded in so that you can hear it as we go. So not much there yet. I mean, even that would sound pretty cool if you put the compressor back on that and the reverb. So, anyway, here we go. So all three oscillators turned on. Second one we'll put up 12 and a little bit extra. Whoops. And then the third one we'll put it down a couple. I mean, it really doesn't matter exactly how much you put because it's going to sound pretty similar. It just adds a little bit more fatness to the sound. We'll put all the filters up right here. Make sure all your wavetable positions are fully on saw and not on square. It'll totally change the sound. We're going to add a little bit of noise too, just to really make it bright. I like that. Okay, so here move on to the filter section. Do low pass 4. Turn your resonance down a bit. It'll sound really weird if you turn the resonance up and if we route it to the envelope filter like we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this envelope right here, number 1, and we're going to stick it right here. And so pretty much this will tell the filter how to engage, and so it'll tell it how to start and decay and release. So we'll just set this up to go down. And so if we play this already, we'll probably hear a little bit of something already. Yeah, something, but not much. So we're going to move the attack to about halfway here. And we're going to move the release about here. That's pretty good. If you did the resonance up, it starts to sound really weird. And I mean, if it's your choice, if you want it to sound like that, then sure, but not what we're doing for today. So we're going to leave the cutoff right there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take this macro control here, and we're going to clear it, and then we're going to drag this over here on the cutoff and on the attack here. And so this macro control pretty much just works as it controls more than one thing at once, so you don't have to try to modulate or automate different knobs separately, just do it all at the same time. So we're going to put this up, all the way up, and then put the attack up about there. Or you can change this depending on what you're trying to achieve. But so what we got right now is this. So that's pretty good. We're going to add a little bit of EQ to make it a little bit more bright and take a little bit off the low. Since we're using a bass in addition to this sound, I don't really need all the lows so much. And also when you compress it at the end, if you have more lows in it, it'll make it a lot less bright because the compressor will grab more of the low end. So moving on to the voicing section now, we're going to add 6 on unison. And I've maxed out my voicing right here because when you have 3 notes playing with 3 voices each times 6. It's like 50 something voices. So it's a lot, and this patch is kind of CPU intensive, so I've turned it down a little bit. Right here, up here, you can change the settings for how intense the synth processes everything. So you can, obviously, eco is the least best sounding, but you can kind of play with it and see what you get. For me, for this, it works best on high. Global, ultra sounds the best, but for now, just high. So anyway, Unison on 6, spread just a little bit over, and then pan position, we're gonna put it over here, about here. So we're gonna get that. Oh yeah, turn the master down a little bit too. Alright, so moving on to the effects. I didn't use Massive's internal reverb for this on purpose because I'm not really a fan of it. It's not really that easy to use. I mean, it's easy to use, but it doesn't sound that good in my opinion. So I'm using Guitar Rig, because there's a lot of really nice reverbs that are actually convolution reverbs, which is like they take a snapshot of an actual room and then somehow you can use that as a reverb. It's pretty cool. I don't really know the technology behind it, but anyway, it creates a much more realistic sound, and so I have that in the chain here after Massive, and I also have a delay in there too, which you could program in Massive, but I just chose to use Guitar Rigs for this. So it adds that delay and the room sound. Then after that, we have a compressor, which really gives it that fat sound that a lot of people are looking for, and they're like, how do I do that? It's the compressor. Because even after the synth cuts off, the reverb is still there, so the tail, you get the loudness coming out, and it just makes it sound so huge. So that's kind of the secret to this sound is these two right here, and then of course you just have the side chain, which I actually have automated. I have the side chain automated when everything comes in, when it's fully out, because I don't want it to be ducking so much in the the all out section. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any more questions, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.